Things are getting juicy at the Clarington Hotel. I found out that Mrs. Beaumont and Marcella are possibly a couple. There's something going on between the two. They both have keys to a chest, which is what we're going to go try to find our way into next. We've also found out that Paul Morgan is probably, most likely a private investigator, probably hired to find Mrs. Beaumont. This is just kind of I'm thinking this is what's going on. I don't know for sure, but I think maybe her husband hired a private investigator just to find out where she is, what she's been up to. So we are trying to find candles and plaster so that Beth can help us figure out how we're going to create this key. Well, look at that. There's plaster right here.
Great. This takes care of half of this little scavenger hunt. As for the candles, doesn't Rebecca keep some in her locker downstairs?
And there we go. Let's go downstairs. Check Rebecca's locker. You know, that's what we do at work. We break into other people's lockers. All right, Rebecca, where is your locker? I know she's in the laundry room.
Where do you keep your candles, Reb? I guess I should check the locker room first.
Reb? I don't think anybody says, oh, there's her locker. Nobody calls Rebecca Reb. I don't think that's not a short name. I'm sorry. Candles, any candles in here? Minty drops. Okay, of course there's no candles, but we have notes. And since I'm here, I might as well just read them. Rebecca, the VIP guest in room 602 is getting on my nerves. He keeps ordering food that's not on the menu. We don't usually do special orders, but Bernard was adamant that we make all of his wishes come true. Do I look like a goddamn genie? That's not even the worst of it, though. Every night, he barges in the kitchen as if he was at home, asking for meat for his precious little terriers. Who feeds dogs $4 roast beef? I can't even afford $4 roast beef for myself.
So you do have a stash of candles. But where is it?
Rebecca, the kitchen is out of power again, and I can barely see a thing. Bernard wants us to continue working, but I'm not risking chopping off my fingers for that blowhard. Didn't you start hoarding candles since the last power outage? I remember you saying you never wanted to be caught in the dark basement again. Where's your stash? It's urgent. Please. Bobby. So they've got to be around here somewhere. Do we see candles anywhere up here? Ooh, a nylon vending machine.
Tempting,
Fascinating.
but every penny adds up, Sophie.
Okay. Somebody left their bag. Oh, let's see. We've already looked at that. Where's your candles? Is that a candle? No.
I'm
Maybe
good.
it's in the bathroom. Do I have to open every locker here? Oh, there's Beth's locker. Oh. Ooh, that feels weird. That feels very weird. I don't know if I should do it. What the hell?
Are you looking to buy land? I know you grew up on a farm. Maybe you're looking to get back to nature.
72 acres. Wow.
Wait, Is this you, Beth? What on earth led to this picture being taken?
Nice. But also, why does she keep that in her locker? I don't know if I would keep a picture of myself in my work locker. I think that's so weird.
Did I find one of these in Anne's room too? The white cat must be a popular spot.
The white cat. Oh, I wonder if it's a... I wonder if it's a place for deviants to go. Okay, let's close that up. 'Cause that just feels like I'm going too far. All right. No candles here. Wonder if she put them anywhere. Interesting place for a lamp. I feel like it's not truly effective. It could be maybe a table there. Candles, candles. Maybe in the break room.
Where are you going? What do you want? Are you here to apologize? All the time. I'm not the one who does it all the time.
No, no. Candles, candles, candles. I feel like I could just walk in and ask her if she had candles.
Oh, right. My keys are still in the break room.
Okay, where are my keys? That's a spoon. This definitely is the break room. Did I put them in the fridge? No. Oh, that's a key right there.
Gotta hold on to these tight.
Geez, Sophie, just leaving them on a napkin in the break room. What are you thinking? There we go. Is she here? Rebecca? Oh, Rebecca? Rebecca, where are your candles, Rebecca? What's this?
Ooh, is this a movie script?
Screenplay by E.L. E.L. Rebecca might be writing a movie script. That's pretty cool. Good for you, girl. That looks like a candle. Hey, that was a lucky guess.
Now, what next?
Can we open all of these? I just want to see what's in here. And I'm gonna leave them open. Just cause a little extra chaos in this here laundry room. Yeah. Okay, we've got a candle. Let's go see where Beth might be.
There you are.
Oh, there
I'm
we
not
go.
sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, when I was little, we had padlocks on many of the farm's sheds. My dad would always lose the keys, so one day he made a mold of them using wax and plaster. I was thinking of doing the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Absolutely not. But hey, I guess we won't know until we try.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do this. Okay, to start, we need to pour the wax from the pot. Have you done this before? You're a real pro.
You
Now,
know, pouring
Time to put
wax
the key into the wax.
is quite a challenge.
Let's give it a few seconds, so the mold really takes form. Okay, I think you can remove it. Well, we're almost there. Just pour the cup of plaster into the mold. All right. Now we wait for it to dry.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
I don't know. I guess we'll keep poking it every now and then.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
Indeed. But I like it. It's rare that this job allows me to use my creative side.
Your creative side.
Well, granted, this key won't end up in any museum, but I enjoy the occasional artistic endeavor.
Artistic. With plaster? Okay. You are very resourceful, though, Beth. I will definitely give you that. Like, taming alligators. What does that even mean, Sophie? But it has a red spyglass next to it. Let's just say it. It just sounds so bizarre and
posing
weird.
with alligators?
How do you know about that?
Oh.
I think it must have slipped out of your locker because I saw this picture of you in a long white dress and...
Oh my, you did? What did you think of it?
Whoops. I guess I didn't see the alligator in that picture. Sophie loved it. You know she loved it.
Actually, it was unique, I guess. Artistic?
Yeah. Those pictures were taken by a very close friend of mine a few years back. Ziva Rivers was her name. Earth-shattering talent,
Ooh.
but a bit too controversial for most people's sensibilities.
Oh. Are you still friends?
No, we went our separate ways. It's a shame. She really captured me. My essence.
Your essence is to tame alligators?
My essence is to fear nothing.
Yeah, I
Ooh.
can tell.
Beth.
I really admire that about you.
I'm sure under that sweet exterior, you're pretty fearless too. Haven't you ever done something really scary? I mean, other than snooping on a potential creep.
Does sailing count?
Excuse me? You sail? On a boat?
I used to, with my grandpa. But when he died, we had to sell the boat to pay off his debts.
Oh, that's too bad. I would have loved to go with you.
Oh. Oh yeah. Maybe we can still find a way.
Maybe it'd be possible to borrow a boat for a day. I think one of Grandpa's friends still has his.
Really? That would be great. I just love trying new things.
I'll see what I can do.
Hey, look. I think it's dry.
I can't believe it worked.
It's a love connection.
I could not have done this without you.
Yeah, probably not. Well, I should get back upstairs before Bernard notices my absence, if he hasn't already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and be careful while turning it, okay? You wouldn't want it to break inside the lock.
Yeah, I'll be careful.
Oh no.
Thank you for everything.
No problem.
I wonder if we should get rid of this. Yeah, let's get rid of it. Definitely get rid of that. And now let's get our little booty up to that room. See what is inside the box. I still haven't figured out why Paul Morgan took pictures of me. Also, no dead body, right? We haven't found any sort of dead body or anything, so... Alright, where was it? Was it 507? Yes. And let's just close the door behind us, just in case. Perfect.
Be careful, Sophie. You don't want this key to break. Oh, shoot.
Oh my gosh. Well, we broke the key. Now I feel like we're just getting into someone's
Unlike
really
my
personal
favorite bar,
information.
This one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles.
In Atlanta, I noticed yours was pretty worn down, so I decided to buy you a new one. I hope you like it, and since you enjoy them so much, here's a little puzzle to figure out the combination. 2 5-letter words are the key, both related to our history. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. From the first one, take the first 2. From the last one, take the last 2. Oh boy. Okay. I hope you get better. Try to rest today. I will bring you hot soup after class, M. So maybe Marcella met Anne Beaumont at school?
Huh. Marcella invited
College?
you to the movies. Let me guess. You said yes.
The Postman Always Rings Twice is playing at Lowe's Theater tonight. It's based on a novel I read a while back. I'm sure you would love it, seeing as you like crime stories and murders so much. Nothing creepy about that. Will you come with me, M? Oh no. I can barely listen to Sister Miller's lecture today in secret language. All I do is look at your lips and imagine kissing you. I can't wait for tonight. That definitely confirms they're having relations. They're in a relationship. That's exciting. Dear Anne, I've just heard Doris Day on the radio and it made me think of you. I know how much you love Sentimental Journey. Count Never Mile of Railroad Track takes me back. Last time I was in Texas, it felt like coming home. Now, strangely, I feel away from home. I wish you were here with me. I always feel at home in your arms. I can hardly believe it has been 5 weeks since we last saw each other. Sometimes I wonder if I might be going crazy. You are always in my head. Everything reminds me of you, not only songs on the radio, but silly things like the flowers in our garden that smell of your shampoo. Or when people say the word darling, and I can hear you say it with your lovely French accent. Darling. My family seems to have noticed my odd behavior, but of course I cannot tell them about you, even though I wish I could. I feel like climbing on the roof of the tallest building in Austin and shouting my feelings for you at the top of my lungs. God, I sound like a giddy teenager in love for the very first time. Maybe I am. Sometimes I'm scared that all this time with you was nothing but a dream too good to be true. I'm afraid that when I return to Montreal, I will realize you never existed, or if you do exist, you don't remember me. I wish I had a picture of the two of us so I would know for sure it was real. I long for your embrace and the taste of your sweet lips. I love you, M. Aww.
Doris Day. That's an alliteration, isn't it? Doris. I-S.
Doris Day. That is true. Is there anything else to look at? Aww. Young love. Another letter. Dear Anne, I'm sorry it took me so long to answer your last letter. Has it been 6 months already since I left Montreal? As you always say, le temps passe vite. My parents are glad I am done with my studies. They always thought it was a strange idea for me to go to university. Now they want me to find a husband and have children like any other woman. I think I will. These past few months, I had a lot of time to reflect on our relationship. You know my feelings for you, and I hope you never forget how much I love you. But we cannot hide our heads in the sand any longer. We were lucky our story lasted as long as it did, and foolish to think it would last forever. Our love is forbidden, and hiding it from my family is proving more and more difficult every day. You will always have a special place in my heart, but I believe it is time for us to go our separate ways. No! You made me feel like a teenager. You made everything but the present disappear. Now I need to be an adult and think about the future. Sincerely, M. Oh, that's so sad. But they're here now. All right, let's see if we can get this out. Oh my god. Sophie! Sophie, what have you done?
Damn it. It's stuck.
What have we done? All right, we need to put the letters back. And close this. Oh, she gonna know? She is going to know for sure. For sure. Okay, so what do we do now? Now that we have this information, what is the point?
Maybe I need a fresh pair of eyes on it.
Okay, we have the riddle, but what are we unlocking? Clues. We have Anne's correspondence. Oh yes, we know all of this. A lost list item. Lost items list. Huh. So, are we... Okay, we're not opening that. We're not opening the safe. I don't think there was anything here. Oh, I feel guilty. I feel real guilty that that's in there. Ugh. All right, we just gotta leave it. Okay, let's maybe go back to Marcella's room and see. Was this Marcella's room? Yes.
No combination, no entry.
Oh. Doris Day. Okay, we need to pull that. Anne's correspondence. We need to pull Anne's correspondence back up. Two 5-letter words are key, both related to our history. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. This one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. So Doris. From the last one, take the last two. So IS. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Favorite bar. This one was black. What was it? What was black? Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Cat collar. Okay, so this is what my brain's thinking. So favorite bar was the white cat. She has a cat collar. Maybe her cat was black? Greta is 5 letters. Let's try that. So the first two. So we have a G, an R, an I, and an S. I and S. Yes. Beautiful. Oh, typewriter.
That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella?
Oh, she's a novelist. Dear Marcella, or should I say Bridget, you know I prefer a good old crime story, but last week I came upon a romance novel with an intriguing title, and they were roommates. I bought it on an impulse at a train station and read it from cover to cover during the journey. Can you imagine my surprise when I recognized our story? You may have changed the names and locations, but all of our moments are there. Our endless discussions in the dorm room, our first date at the theater, our trip to Quebec City. You often said writers are thieves, but I never fully understood until now. It has been almost 10 years since I received your last letter. The letter that painted our relationship as nothing more than a summer fling. At first, I could not believe you had written those words. Then I waited in vain for your answer and had to accept your love for me had never been real. For many years, I was broken-hearted, angry, confused. I questioned the nature of our feelings, of our attraction, and made many wrong decisions. But this book, your book, am I foolish to think it's proof you really loved me? In any case, I hope you are doing well, and I'm happy to see you accomplish your dreams of becoming a writer.
Oh, Anne. Murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some kind of justice.
Dear Marcella, I didn't expect you to reply to my letter, but I am happy to see I was wrong. Your words have comforted me in a time of great distress. If only Louis was half the man you say Hector is. He has quite a temper and hits me frequently. I am willing to put up with it as long as he doesn't hurt Michael. But there are some days when it becomes almost unbearable. The other day I dreamt of our first date. We were watching The Postman Only Rings Twice. But suddenly we were in the movie. You were Lana Turner and I was John Garfield, and we were both plotting to kill my husband. I hate to admit it, but I almost hope it was premonitory. To answer your question, I do still have our box. My brother is currently in Atlanta for work, and I was thinking of going to see him with Michael next month. If you are able to meet me there, we could open the box together and laugh at the silly things we thought important all those years ago. I hope to hear from you soon. P.S. Do you remember that secret language we invented so Sister Miller couldn't understand the notes we passed during her class? In secret language, I still do.
I just hope that's where your story is headed.
Dear Marcella, thank you for sending me a signed version of your latest novel. I think it's your greatest work yet, but I do have a few comments to help make the next one even better. First, I believe Rose should be more concerned with what she deserves than what her husband deserves. He may not deserve the pain she will cause by leaving him, but they both deserve to be happy, and they won't be as long as they remain together, as long as she doesn't listen to her own needs. Also, I think it would be great if your next novel ended on a more positive note. Imagine if Rose left her husband and rode into the sunset with Eve. Imagine if they went to New York or Los Angeles, someplace where people like us are tolerated. Imagine if they got to have their happy ending. It would be the best story ever. I hope you will consider it. P.S. I know you say invisibility protects us, but don't you just wish to be seen sometimes? Wouldn't you like people to know you are Bridget Boswell? To recognize you on the street? To recognize you for your work? Why not publish your next novel under your own name?
Oh, so you came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary, but all along, you meant to reunite with Anne.
Nice. Dear Marcella, I left the house. I left Louis. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't lie anymore. How do you do it? How do you manage to live a double life, to hide your work and your novels from your husband? I had so much less to hide, and yet Michael and I are staying at the Clarington Hotel until we find a place to stay and the divorce is done. I don't know how long it will take. Could you come and see me in Montreal? I really need you by my side right now. P.S. I wouldn't put it past Louis to scour every hotel guestbook in the region looking for me under his surname, so I've registered under the name Beaumont.
After all this, turns out you're a fan of Bridget? Of Marcella? That's a lot sweeter than I expected.
Dear Marcella, although you don't know me, I think I can safely say I'm your biggest fan. Your novels have literally changed my life. After the war, I spent almost 10 years in a psychiatric hospital because of panic attacks. None of the treatments were working, I wasn't getting any better. I became friends with one of the nurses who started lending me books so I could pass the time. I didn't really like the first ones, but then I picked up Bridget Boswell's first novel, your novel. I had never read such a beautiful love story, it almost brought tears to my eyes. I immediately urged the nurse to get me more of your books. Believe it or not, the more I read them, the less panic attacks I had. The doctors thought it was their new medication finally working, but I know the truth. Your novels gave me the courage to get in contact with Lindsay, a friend from the war. I had always felt for him the same way your characters feel for each other, but I had never dared telling him. Now I have, thanks to you. The thought of seeing him again is what motivated me to get better and leave the hospital. I hope to hear back from him soon. After my discharge, I wanted to thank you for everything you've done for me. I've discovered Bridget was a pseudonym, so tracking you down took longer than I thought. Fortunately, I'm a very patient and resourceful man, and I never give up. Do you think we could meet? I have so much more to tell you, Paul.
I'm glad you were able to open up to Marcella like this. Everyone needs someone to talk to.
Dear Marcella, thank you for answering my letter. I realize now how unsettling it must have been for you. Please forgive me for tricking your editor and giving me your address. I know I shouldn't have done that. I wanted to thank you as well for your encouraging words concerning Lindsay. I still haven't heard from him, and I'm starting to fear I might have the wrong address. I wish I could take a train to Virginia, but that's not an option right now as I can barely pay the rent. I guess I will have to find a job. As a kid, I dreamt of being an actor, a Hollywood star. I know it's a foolish dream, but what else can I do? What am I good at? I've tried getting some odd jobs already, but employers turn me down as soon as they learn where I've spent the last 10 years of my life. If it continues like this, I'll probably end up on the street like so many of my army buddies. Why am I even telling you all this? After reading your books and getting to know you through them, I tend to forget I'm only a stranger to you. I hope you don't mind. You seem to be a good listener, and I've been feeling rather lonely ever since I left the hospital. Anyway, please tell me more about your life, and do not hesitate to write long letters. I must have read your previous one 1,000 times already,
on my
Paul.
Salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for?
Paul Morgan. I've just received a letter from Lindsay's mother. She tells me he's dead. Words cannot even begin to describe how empty I feel. He died 2 years ago, before I even sent my first letter. He will never know my feelings for him, and I will never know if he could have loved me back. I guess I should have known this would end in pain, just like your novels. I wish I had Lindsay's ability to find beauty everywhere. Even during the war, amidst the death and chaos, he would marvel at the forests of Germany, at the sun, the birds. He loved birds so much, he could identify them just by listening to their song. I have to admit your proposition took me by surprise. I was hesitant to leave home at first. I was afraid to miss Lindsay's answer. But now there's nothing keeping me here. I'm desperate for anything that will help me forget the pain, but I don't have enough money to make it to Texas. Do you think you could give me an advance on my salary? In spite of everything, I'm really excited to know I'll finally meet you, Paul. Wow.
So, let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz are some kind of star-crossed lovers?
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Well, I may be able to help with that.
Really? How?
Oh, some mail arrived earlier for Mrs. Beaumont.
Mail? Oh, I don't feel good about this.
I wonder what's in it.
We could open it.
I mean, that's kinda illegal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Kinda.
I think it is.
Yeah, kinda.
Well, too late. I've always known I would end up in prison one day.
So?
It's
Beth.
3 train tickets. And, there's a tourism pamphlet for California.
California.
Well, it makes sense. It's much more progressive there than it is here.
So, Anna and Marcella want to go there to live their love freely.
Anne and Marcella, huh? You 3 are best pals now?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah. But what about Mr. Morgan, though? I mean, Paul. How does he fit into all of this?
Yeah, so
I
we know
think
that Marcella hired
hired
him, but we don't know
I found
why.
some letters Paul wrote to her. He said that her proposition took him by surprise, and that he'd need an advance on his salary.
What did she hire him for? To investigate her own affair?
I'm not sure. I didn't find the letter he was replying to.
And why did he have those pictures of you anyway?
I guess we'll never know for sure, but I don't think it
Yeah,
was ever
that's a
about
good
me.
question.
It's always been about Anne and Marcella.
Exactly.
Well, it feels a tad anticlimactic, but who needs drama, right?
At least it made our day pretty interesting.
It sure did. You know, after today, I think I get why you're so interested in the lives our guests lead. I try to forget they exist as soon as I'm done interacting with them. But once in a while, it's nice to remember that, well, even the most put-together person could be an absolute mess on the other side of the door.
Yeah. True. Who are you behind
What about
closed
you?
doors? Oh, I
Who is
absolutely
Beth
have to say
Lambert
that.
when no one's looking?
I like to think that with me, what you see is what you get. But maybe an extra Snoopy super sleuth could uncover a few more layers. Maybe ones I didn't even know I had.
Challenge accepted.
Ooh.
Come see me when your shift ends, all right? We could leave together if you want.
Sure. If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
Ooh, a sleepover. We could set up a pillow fort on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
I know, but isn't my way so much more fun?
Well, we could take a page out of Michael's book and decorate it, and then spend the night throwing stuff at Bernard whenever he comes through the lobby.
Oh, now you're talking.